Well, I tell you what, we have an absolutely perfect Midwestern afternoon for football, and EA Sports brings you coverage of the NFL from Paul Brown Stadium in Cincinnati. This crowd loves their orange and black. The scene just a short time ago, they were in full roar as their guys burst out of the locker room. We're ready for football as the Bengals get set to do battle with the Jacksonville Jaguars. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line.
Here we go, set, 30 base. 59. So we got man. Ready.
This is Joe Mixon, fourth in the NFL in rushing last season. The game's first play produces 6 yards, brings up second down.
Well, I think that's what they're going to need to do here in the first half. You've got to take some pressure off of this young quarterback, and no better way to do it than to establish the running game early.
6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4.
Just like that. Just like that.
2nd and 4. This pass complete to Higgins. And he takes us up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. 10 yards there on a Bengal first.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
Crunch time, defense.
Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. That's caught by his tight end, Uzoma. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Jaguars' 37. That tight end position, it just seems to continue to evolve every year in the NFL.
Yeah, you're getting really terrific athletes. A lot of them maybe were wide receivers at one point. They continue to give you speed, great hands, and big bodies, which make them excellent targets for quarterbacks.
2nd and 10 at the 37-yard line.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. 2nd and 10. He's got it. The tight end, Allen. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a third down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion that would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
1st and goal at the 7-yard line.
60 Pittsburgh. 59. Recon, 132 fighter.
They'll give it to Mixon. And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 9. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down.
Well, it's been the air game that's taken them down on this drive before they finally turned around and handed it off on the last play.
And now they're looking for the big boys to get him in the end zone. Couldn't do it there.
It'll be interesting to see. Offensive lines had to pass block a lot on this drive. Will they be able to revert and fire out and create some space in the run game?
And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. A touchdown-saving tackle there. Now it's 3rd and goal. Looking to cash in on this opening drive. Here's 3rd and goal. Now back to throw. Green's open, and he's got it for a Bengal touchdown. A.J. Green, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Bengals take it right down and score on the opening drive. Now he's back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss. It's a short kick, taking it to 15. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30.
Jaguars take over first and 10 at their own 34-yard line.
From the 34 now, here's first and 10.
Let's go, D.
They go with Leonard Fournette, third-year back from LSU. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Hey, Charlie. Ready?
From the 36, Minshew. Catch made. That's the rookie tight end, Josh Oliver. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. Big yardage after the catch. That one winds up going for 36.
I know we love our jobs, and pretty much any play we see, we're pretty, excited about. But big plays, let's face it, that's what we absolutely live for. How about that one?
That was great. And what our camera missed was the fist pump from the sideline after that catch. They're fired out. That's a big game. Now a nice play defensively on first down as this is knocked away and incomplete. So now they'll come up on second and 10, once again from the 28. On second and 10, it's Minshew. Caught here by Conley. And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. That one good for a gain of 13 for Jacksonville and a first down.
Ready. 18
6-0 our score after one.
Let's go. 50, plant. Get that quarterback, D-line. Get that quarterback, D-line. Get it.
Fournette, a first down carry. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, second and 2.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
Now Leonard Fournette. And he takes it in. Touchdown, Jacksonville. Leonard Fournette. His third touchdown now on the year, as his guys can now take the lead with the extra point. Extra point tacked on by Lambeau. And they take the lead here at 7-6. And Lambeau now, after the touchdown, he'll kick this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Bengals drive about to get going.
You remember me? You remember me? Let's go, baby.
They'll come out throwing here on first down. Caught by Allen. And they're able to get this one across the 35. 12 yards that time and a Cincinnati first down. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on first and 10. Now it's Mixon running right, and he's dropped right at the 40. Gain of 3.
What's the old expression, 3 yards in a cloud of dust? In this case, it's dust-covered pellets. It's no longer that old grass that we used to play on right and chew it up. Now we've got that artificial surface. You see the pellets go up. Still a nice play by the defense.
Now Joe Mixon, and he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. No gain on the play, and it's going to bring up a third down.
60 outlaw, rushing spell. Mike Fofo. Shoot.
He'll look to throw. This one complete into the hands of Higgins. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Jaguars' 45-yard line. And boy, they had high praise for this rookie receiver when we asked the coaches about him, didn't they?
They certainly did, and obviously they liked his measurables, otherwise they wouldn't have brought him onto the team. Height, weight, speed, all of that. But how about what they really said? Competitiveness. And that's what they really liked about him. The way he goes after the football, competes for it, and decides when it's in the air, it's his and only his.
Let's go, defense. Let's get out the field, defense.
On play action, they'll throw. He's got the first down here inside the 30. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Jaguars' 28. Green last year had the lowest numbers of his career output-wise, 694 yards, 6 touchdowns. But, of course, there was a reason for that. He was battling a toe injury the second half of the season. And, boy, did the Bengals miss his presence. They limped to the finish line, losing 7 of their last 8. They are happy to have him back and healthy. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8. You mentioned very early on the need to establish a running game for this young QB. They really haven't been able to do that, though, in the first half.
So that means what in halftime? Adjustments time, right? Figure out what they are, figure out the things that they really want to accomplish, and who to run behind. Which are your better blockers? Find those guys and get in that direction.
Here's 2nd and 8. On the screen, Bernard. And he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line. That's going to go down as a loss of 5, and it brings up 3rd down.
Time to give a little credit here. That was an excellent read by the guys on the defensive side of the ball.
Oh, you're crediting your defense.
Got it.
Under pressure, and he will go down. Sack back at the 38.
Brandon, what I remember most about playing with guys who knew how to rush the passer, they would just tell you, just cover people for me, just long enough for me to get there. And that's exactly what happened on that play.
And this one will not get there. It's off to the left anyway. It's no good, and this score will stay right where it is. And that's the risk of the long field goal miss here at this stage of the second quarter. You give up great field position.
And that gives them one more opportunity to make something happen and something big. And we've seen crazy stuff happen at the end of halves.
Throwing on first down is Minshew. That's out to his running back, Fournette. And he'll get it out to midfield. Looks like, yeah, they'll spot it right at midfield at the 50.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
Call it a gain of 4 there, so it sets up a big play here. 3rd and a yard.
Shift. Topper. Hey, Foxtrot. Shift. Rock it.
They'll throw now on the final play. And he's got his tight end, Oliver. And he's going to get this one down to the edge of the red zone.
Here we go.
So a very tight first half. We had to break in a 1-point game. As we'll send you down to Orlando, and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. The Jaguars in possession of the lead, and they will get the football as we are underway in the second half. This will be taken very short. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30.
Let's go.
At their own 33-yard line.
Ready.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had ability to see what you've done. They're going to make their adjustments. So guess what? You adjust yourself and try and stay ahead of the pace because you are looking for some separation in this ballgame.
The adjustment to the adjustment.
Without a doubt. Show them one thing, hit them with something else.
From the 36, Minshew. That's to his running back, Leonard Fournette. And they're able to work this to the 25 before it's all said and done. A big pickup of 38.
Tell you what, partner, you get the football in his hands, just give him a little bit of open space. As we just saw, he can make you pay.
And he wasn't the top option there, but check down turned into first down and then some. So they'll come up in Bengals territory now with a 1st and 10 at the 25-yard line. Minshew, 1st and 10. This one caught by his tight end, Oliver. And down inside the 15 he goes. The Jags picking up the first down there, a gain of 12. Out of the pistol, it's Fournette. And he'll get about 3 just outside the 10, stopped at the 11. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
Yeah, and they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
On 2nd and 7, Minshew. This is caught, and he takes it in. Touchdown, Jacksonville. Josh Oliver, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Jaguars are able to widen their lead. And the kick makes it through, but flags come flying in as well. It appears we're going to get a roughing call tacked on. Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post, because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line.
On the set.
44's the mic. Watch the curl, watch the curl, watch the curl.
Ready?
They'll try and start this drive in the air. Allen's got it complete. And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Mixon. And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. And it's still about 3 yards shy of a first as the 4-yard pickup brings it to 3rd down. They give to Mixon to try to pick it up. So he fought off the tackle, and that effort gives him the first before he's brought down. A gain of 4 that time as the drive continues. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
Look at me. Go, go. Get it.
They'll set up a throw. Oh, he got position on him, and he pulls it in. And he'll be taken down across the 50 at the 45 in enemy territory. Right about 20 yards on the pickup. Officially, they'll say it's going to go for 19.
Set, ready? 10-2, sir.
59. How you get on the head? How you get on the head?
They'll drop the throw. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on 1st down, but he couldn't reel it in. It's been this way most of the afternoon, hasn't it? This secondary really put this receiving core on lockdown.
Listen, they've worked together like a basketball team that's playing excellent defense. Great communication, doesn't matter whether it's man or zone, and especially against deep balls, as we saw there, they're not giving up anything to him. Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
61, matchbox white.
Check safety, check safety. Check 3.
Big grip.
Looking to throw. He's got Allen. And he's going to be about a yard or 2 short of the first here. He needed the 35, but didn't make it. It'll be a gain of 8, but it'll also lead to a 4th down. They missed a field goal earlier, so possibly as a result, that's why they're going to try to go for it here on 4th down.
General West.
Back to throw here. Got an open man, that's C.J. Uzama. And he's going to have the first down yardage as he's down at about the 30-yard line. A solid pickup of 5 and a very solid 4th down conversion. And defensively, pure frustration. He'll rifle this one deep right side. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Rashawn Melvin. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
On the ready.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. Now listen, it's a team game, we know that, but where would these guys be right now, Charles, without their defense? So they take over here following the turnover. Defense did it again, but on offense they have to feel like, hey, we need to do something.
You're exactly right, and you just mentioned it. The defense did it again. They bailed them out on a number of occasions in this contest. It's time for them to repay the defense at the least. Keep the ball for a while. Give those guys a break so they can catch their breath.
Everyone got 4 down.
They'll run it again with Fournette. Well, that gives them a little room, but not much. A gain of 2 to the 5. They'd like to avoid punting from their own end zone so they could use something here on 3rd down.
Hey, exit.
47's the mic. 47's the mic.
I smell fear in that offense. Ready?
Minshew throwing on 3rd down. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off by the former first-rounder Trey Waynes. And now he's got him at a great spot at the 8-yard line here, 1st and goal. Well, holding on to the lead at this stage in the second half, those are the types of plays you really want to try and stay away from.
And when you're a rookie, keeping your focus is something that you still have to work on all the time because there's so many distractions around you.
And he'll take this into the end zone for Bengal TD. Giovanni Bernard, his first touchdown on the year, as they now sit just a 2-point conversion away from tying this game up in the 4th quarter.
Check 13. Check 13.
They'll look to throw. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker Joe Schobert, and he returns it here to his own 18-yard line. Now Bullock will send this one away after the touchdown. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he's all the way up across the 40 and down at the 42-yard line. Great return.
At some point, we're going to get it through our heads. Special teams, special teams, special teams. The spark that often wins games.
Some good games going on in the early window. This might be the best of the bunch. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or 2 shy of the 40. 16 yards that time on the pickup for the Jags and a 1st down. I tell you, they didn't give it to him much for the first 3 quarters, but when they have, he's been efficient. Maybe they ride him more here down the stretch.
Yeah, I'm not sure it was actually in the game plan for him to have as few carries as he has.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Carlos Dunlap, the Florida Gator, chopping his way to the quarterback.
Okay, was it a breakdown in protection? Did the running back not pick him up? What does it really matter? Sometimes it's just a great play made by the defense. Big-time sack.
On the run, it's Fournette. And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line. The tally there, -2 yards, brings up 3rd down. Possibly a turning point. Big play coming. This is 3rd and long.
Hey, team 6. Team 6.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. He's going to look deep down the field. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning, hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces 4th down.
You hate to give the ball away here in the 4th quarter while you're just holding a slim lead, but that punt, absolutely ideal. They pin them inside the 5-yard line. They give their defense a really nice opportunity.
They'll try and start the drive here with Gore. And they'll hit him for a loss as he's back to his 2-yard line. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's second down. Up front, the struggles continue for this offense among the line. What can they do? Change the play calling? What?
I think part of that, yes, changing some of the play calls, some screens, some draws, some misdirection. You want to run any type of a play that will influence these guys to continue to get upfield and find a way to use that against them and slip things in behind them. So some quick passes could work as well.
2 minutes remain, and that's our score differential as well. 2 points here in the fourth quarter. So the Bengals in possession of the football here as we get you reset. They come up on a 1st and 10, desperately needing a score here on what could be their final drive. Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. Something of a rare incompletion. Remember, Charles, last week under 50% throwing the football. That's what he was, but he has turned that around in this game.
Last week was commonly known as a fluke. For him to be under 50%, not normal, not the usual. But to be up over 80%, that's extra time in practice, and that's throwing with extra confidence as well.
They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete. 3rd and long coming up. Defensively, you pressure the quarterback or drape all over the passing lane?
Yes, that's exactly what you do. It's both because they're not mutually exclusive. They may have been at one time in football, but not anymore. You want to have that pressure. If you have a big-time pass rusher, send him after the quarterback and then make sure you blanket the field.
Now yet another incompletion here as they fail to connect on 3rd. 4th down now, and defensively, Charles, you know, they're just asking this crew for one more stop.
And you know that they're feeling the momentum right now, but they have to be very careful not to get over-exuberant, overexcited, and blow an assignment and give up the big 1st down.
And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. The Jaguars going to go ahead and use their 1st timeout, and they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the 1st down. A couple of 1st downs on the drive already as they'll go from the 47 now on 1st down. Now a 1st carry for Giovanni Bernard. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Now the Bengals going to use the 1st of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11. Back to throw. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. Now the Jags will use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down.
Here we go. Set. 18 Gators. Watch the screen. Watch the screen. Snap.
Back to throw. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. The Jaguars now will use the last of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. One score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on 4th down.
Go on, go on. Watch the ship, watch the ship.
He's back to throw. He's going to let it fly. And that is incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And that'll be just about all she wrote for this one.
50, play. Set, 47. What we got, what we got, what we got?
Fournette. Looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. The Bengals going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10.
Two times. Hey.
Again, it's Fournette. And he stopped immediately there. No gain on the play there, so that doesn't help. Now they're looking up at a 3rd and 9 situation. Now the Bengals going to signal for their third and final timeout as they get it with under a minute to go now in the football game. Charles, why didn't they just take the knee there?
You're asking the question that I'm asking as well, because we've seen a lot of football where coaches decide maybe they get a little greedy. I don't know if they're doing it for stats or for what reason. We've seen it happen in college. And how about in the NFL? The miracle of the Meadowlands. All they had to do was take a knee and the game was over. The Giants ran it one more time. Ball popped free. Philadelphia picks it up and wins the game.
What year was that?
1978. I think it was in November.
He gets a good chunk of yards there, 8 all told, but they're still looking at a fourth down.
It brings up fourth down.
So here we go. Maybe the biggest kick of the game forthcoming. Right hash, 37-yard attempt. And Lambeau will put this one through. And high fives for that one as that drive ends in 3. So they get the 3, but you wonder now, is that going to be enough?
Excellent question, because when I look at the smiles on that side of the field, they're a little tight, aren't they? If they had scored a touchdown there, those would be big half-moon grins right now, because they'd feel a whole lot better about their position.
And a touchdown in the other direction, all of a sudden they're down.
The Bengals take over first and 10.
The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. Critical condition here, obviously. Got to hope to get something quick right and then maybe take that shot deep.
And
nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Yannick Ngakoue able to get in there for his second sack of the afternoon. Well, we saw a close game that kept us on the edge of our seats down to that final whistle. And right before that final whistle, defense with one last exclamation mark there, getting the sack to end it.
I love how you phrased it, because we were waiting to see what would happen. Obviously, we thought something would happen downfield. Instead, it happens in the offensive backfield, and that's your ball game.
So for Jacksonville, it may not be too late to salvage their season.